Hello everyone, this is Shelby with Shelby Creations. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den. Last video, I introduced you to different types of vellum. I know some people call it tracing paper, others call vellum. And I wasn't really sure myself, so what I did was I looked it up. And according to the LCI Paper Company, it says when I put in, is vellum and tracing paper similar? It says the quick answer is yes. Vellum and tracing paper are essentially the same thing. They look and feel similar, are manufactured the same way, and can be used for similar projects. Handed a sheet of transparent paper, a stationer may use the term vellum, whereas a drafter may call it tracing paper. So evidently it is interchangeable, and there are different weights and thicknesses of vellum. So just wanted to put that out there before I get fussed at for saying, no, it's not the same. Yes, it is the same. So what I did, well, now this was what we did last time. Just made a little bag. You can see my inking on it. So that's, one way we can use it. Another way is I just took a scrap piece, and I've got it on here so that y'all could see. And after inking it, all I did was take my stamps. I stamped leaves, a couple of dragonflies, butterflies, and now I've got that I can use. But when you're inking, make sure you set it aside to dry. If not, it will smear. As you can tell, this one's dry. But that's what I did. I clipped it onto the paper so that it wouldn't move as I was stamping it. But, ta-da! And you can use different colored inks. So, there was two things. Another thing I did was I made envelopes. I love the look of vellum envelopes. This one is out of the lightweight. This one's out of a little heavier weight. And that is smaller lightweight and a larger heavyweight. I haven't glued them yet, but I did make them. And there is a tip to making these. Now, let me grab. I used my punch board. Let's see, this is a 5x5, which should give me the 2 by 3.5 inch gift card. And this one says to hold it at number 2. Right, let me get my thing out. When you're using a scoreboard of any kind, try to use the bone folder or the scriber that comes with it, because a lot of times they're made especially for the grooves. So this one's at 2. Now what I do is I hold that there sort of firm so it will punch down, and then lightly scribe several times, because if you go too hard you're going to tear the paper. You see how that leaves like a white line there? We'll put that under there, and again I'm going to hold it snug, and then we'll come this way. I'll scribe there, and then do this all the way around. Now, by holding it firmly when you're punching that down, it sort of prevents it from moving and bunching up under there. And then this one, there. And then we'll get rid of these little things. And then a simple fold it over, fold it over. Now some people like the envelope punch board, others don't. It's personal preference. Alright, and there I've got a cute little one that I can use. I do happen to like mine, and I have, let's see, where, yeah, I have the baby one like it too. And yes, I do use them. So now I've got envelopes. And then what I'll do is find my scissors. I trim one side off and simply come in here with a little Fabri-Tac. And what I do is I don't glue on these. I glue just along this edge here. Make sure my glue's coming out. Put it in and scooch it out. And there. All done. And, you know, just make sure it's open. So, there's an envelope. Now, I wanted to show you something. See those? Those are the same. It happened to these two. They're the same size. I cut them the same size. But, as you can see, they came out different sizes. And that, again, is user error. So, on your scoreboard, what I did was I misjudged my 2 3/8 or 2 3/4, or anyway, I misjudged my numbers up here. And even though it came out, all my, you know, cuts and creases worked out where they're supposed to, because I misjudged it, I now have two different sizes. But that's okay. Not a problem, because I will use them. And these are great for sticking things in and putting them in a pocket in your journal. Well, this is the architectural vellum that I was using. I'll move all this stuff back over here. And I figured I'd try to make just a regular little holder for it. And I tried the cotton tape, you know, the fabric tape. It used to be medical tape, now they call it sports tape. But I don't like the way it looks. So, but I did put it down there just so I could show y'all. Because see, it doesn't look very good. So what I'm going to do, and this is one of the joys of working with vellum, you go to peel it off and it doesn't rip the paper. The sticky stuff doesn't stay on there. And I can use that for something else, so I'll stick that aside. So what I want to do is, and you see how you can't see this side, or this side here? That actually has tape on it. This is the side that doesn't. So, what I used was the paper medical tape. Now, I'm going to snip that edge, because I fold my edges over. And I'm going to come right along here, get it right even with the top first, and then right down along the side, trying to get it even. If it's not even, it's okay. Trim that off. Oops, get that tab out of there. And then all I have to do at this point is fold it over very carefully. And there. I've got a nice little pocket that folds over. And yes, it has the stuff and all on it, but you know, that doesn't bother me. And I can decorate it, I can ink it. So there's another thing I did. Also, this was done, all the distressing and aging was simply done with my ink pad. So what I did with that was, let me find a piece of I've got it stuck under here somewhere. There we go. Now, I'm not sure you're going to be able to see much of this, so on there. So let's try it, do it on the white part here. Now, I'm just going to take my ink pad and put some ink down. Come in here with my spritzer and spritz it, and then take my vellum and squish it around in there. Easy, very easy. Lift it up, and there's still a lot of water there. If you want to add a little bit more, that's fine. I'll do this side, but instead of touching it, I'm actually going to lay another sheet on top and then fold the whole thing over yet again and sort of mop it up. Just that easy. And then when I peel it apart, ta-da! Now, you do have to set these aside to dry, but look at what I've got so far. And you see, it will curl on you, so you need to be careful. Oops, that didn't get a whole lot there. That's okay, I've still got liquid on there. There we go. Now, I need to hang these somewhere. I'll put them up here and let them dry. And then I need to clean off my area here. Excuse me. I don't know what's blooming outside, but it has had me coughing all afternoon. A little more spritz. And this is why I love the glass mat. I mean, everything comes off, and we're right as rain, ready to go. Now, another thing you can do with vellum, I saved all these little pieces here because they can be used. Let's say you're doing a card and you want just a little, I mean, you can come in here, wrap that around, and you've got a belly band. It can go straight up and down and go diagonal, but you can use those as a belly band. You can use those, you know, and they're great. They will hold. But another thing I like to do is to use them as pockets. Now, what I was doing at the time, there it is. I've got my dauber here, and I'm going to, this is paper that, excuse me, that I repurposed. All I did was, I mean, it was horrible looking cardstock scrapbook paper. You know, you buy the big 12 by 12 and there's always a sheet or two in there that you don't like. Well, that's what this was. So I went over it with gesso, white gesso, and then simply different stamps and stamped all over it. And made new paper. Ink up that one. Come up here and ink this side. Just like that. That in there. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to put this one on here, but I want a pocket across here. So, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to find out, see where my pocket goes. So it's going to start about here, which is fine. I mean, the whole thing, I'm not doing the whole thing as a pocket. So, see, where's Jack? That's not him. Here's one. that down. Come over here this way. Do that, and then I'll come back up here. I'm not going to go across the top because that really just needs some glue. But I do need the tape here. Excuse me. So, add that part down. Get my little bone folder and burnish that. Now, I need a piece of vellum that's going to be wider than what I need. I know, I'm left-handed and cutting right-handed. That doesn't work. I can write with both hands, but I can't cut with both hands. Okay, so then at this point, all I'm going to do is lay this flat, bend it here, here, open this back out, and then fold up the bottom, just like that. Now, trim my corners, trim that one, and trim that one. Now when I make a fold over pocket, and you'll see what I mean when I say fold over pocket, this is the way I do it. It may not be perfect, it may not be right, but this is the way. Well, where is, I don't see my pokey tool. Okay, no problem. Hopefully. Now, I undid that bottom, so I'm going to come in here, set that where it belongs, line it up on the side, and fold that over. And that tape's going to hold it. Now, see, this is why I need my pokey tool. Because my paper, being cardstock, really does not want to bend, so I can get it up. Oh, come on. Any other time you'd come up, but nope, not when you're on camera. Alright, I'll fold that side over. Now, we do have tape still down this side, but that's okay. On here, and fold that over. And there we have a pocket, and it goes from edge to edge, no gluing, at least on this side. So then, I simply come back here with my glue, and I'll go right over the vellum here and fill it in. Make sure I get around the edge. And then match it corner to corner. Just like that. And there I've got a pocket, just that easy. And then this one here, all I'm going to do is, I mean, you can put this directly on there and tear it the same as that, or you can actually come in and make another pocket on the other side the exact same way. But I didn't want to do that on this side because I only want the pocket on one side. So all I'm going to do is simply glue this part on here. And fit it corner to corner. Just like that. And there. Now I've got a tag. On this side there's a pocket. Where's my little cards I made? See? And I can easily stick one right in there. That's another, another thing we can use with the vellum. Make sure everything's going to stick together here. Now, I'm sure I'm not the only one, because I just see this problem cropping up, where we're gluing something down and our corners, it doesn't want to stay. Well, what I use are clothespins. I come right in here with a clothespin, hold that side down. I'll come in here with on this side, that holds that, and I need one up here, and that side there stays pretty much. Set it aside for 5 minutes, just enough for the glue to catch. And yeah, they're clothespins. You can get them at the Dollar Tree. You can get them at Walmart, anywhere. All I did with mine was I put washi tape on them. Just to make things pretty. So, but this is what we've done today. We've just using vellum in different ways. And we have, like I said, we have our distress sheets. Here, we've got our tag. We've got our little pocket here. That's held with the paper, medical tape. We have envelopes that we've made, which I really love those. We have our little bag from the last video, and we have our stamped vellum. And then also, remember, there was that sheet that I ran through the printer, so we can also, use that as a way to use vellum and to get it into our journals and part of our stash. So if you like what I've shared with you today, give me a thumbs up, because every thumbs up helps our channels. Subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified the next time I've got a video coming up. So until then, bye guys!